Nobody gets you ready for Utah football more than the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready?
The Utes get set for a battle against Coach Prime in the Buffalo. Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. You're locked on to JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome back, everybody. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Alex Kirry, Jeremiah Jensen, Harvey Langi, and Sly Sylvester Sly. Of course, all of us here with you on a Football Friday when we're all together, even though we're not all physically together. We are two of us down here in Salt Lake City, holding down the fort at the warehouse, and then JJ and Sly are up at Westfield High School. Going to call that Westfield and Viewmont game coming up, top of the hour. Don't want to miss it at all. Hey, JJ, where can people stream this game to hear the dulcet tones of Sly yelling at the screen about a holding penalty?
That's for sure. That's the one thing you can bet on tonight happening for sure.
Getting a lot of energy
about somebody running to the boundary.
Or an offensive coordinator being dumb.
You wasted a timeout.
The Utah High School Offensive Coordinators Association is not going to send Stevenson Sylvester a gift basket at the end of the year.
I hate OCs in high school. They're so bad.
So
Tell him.
He's kidding. He's joking. You can watch this game on the KSL Plus app. So since you asked, if you don't have the KSL Plus app on your television at home, you can do that. Any kind of TV you have, you can download that app and watch KSL programming on your TV at home for free. So the game's streaming there. It's also in the KSL Sports app. So if you have that on your phone or your tablet, you can use that. Also, if you have a laptop or you have access to the web, you can watch the game on KSLSports.com, as well as a number of other games. Or if you like YouTube, if you if you have YouTube on your TV, if your preferred source of watching a game is YouTube, then you can go to the KSL Sports YouTube channel and stream it there as well.
Check it out. You'll see and hear Sly and JJ with the call tonight. High school football playoffs starting off with Game Night Live tonight up at Westfield High School. All right, it's the top of the hour here. Our final hour of being able to have all of us together at one time here as we get you ready for tons going on tonight, of course, too, because the Jazz are going to be facing off tonight. You've got also – you don't say facing off in basketball, though. They're going to be tipping off tonight. 7 o'clock pregame, 8 o'clock tip-off as well. See what they can do in Game 2 of the season after blowing out the Clippers in Game 1. But tomorrow, Utah versus Colorado. The Buffalo's coming to town. Utah hoping to string together a couple of wins in a row at home in the Big 12. And certainly they would hope that they can grab that moment of Colorado, who's trying to dig themselves out a little bit of a hole, but they're building off of that win over Iowa State the last time they were out. They had a bye week. And then, of course, Utah trying to get the taste of the rivalry loss last week out of their mouths as well. So let's kick off the hour here with the cut, top of the hour. Let's jump in right here.
It's time for the biggest story of the day. This is what made the cut with JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This portion of the show brought to you by Trajan Wealth, TRAJAN Wealth.com for all your trusted local needs in retirement. TrajanWealth.com. Hey, at the very end of this segment talking about Utah and Colorado, I'm going to do a ticket giveaway, but not yet. And those tickets, by the way, to tomorrow's game at Rice-Eccles Stadium between Utah and Colorado. So stay tuned here. I'm going to give the phone number out in just a moment. In the meantime, let's get to Utah and Colorado. Sly, how did the Utes bail themselves out of that emotional loss last week? Kalani pointed out Utah and BYU both have this emotional game, and they both lost the very next week. Trying to maintain that level of aggression, but at the same time making sure you get there and beat your next opponent that's in front of you is key. Is Devin Dampier being 100% concern you this week with Utah hosting Colorado?
No. You look at the tape of Colorado. Colorado's a darn good football team, but they're no BYU or they're no Texas Tech. And so, no, if Burt Lincoln's in there, I still think that we have every opportunity to win. It sucks that Landon Barton has to miss that first half, but I do. I mean, you can't – this is what I hate. We get to this point of the season, right? And we're talking about guys who's got injured. You can't sit here and rave in the offseason about the depth on your football team, and then when you need your depth, you're complaining about it. That just doesn't work. And so Utah has depth. You should have depth at the QB position. We should have depth at the receiver, running back, and linebacker position to be able to handle times like this. So no excuses, but I think this game for Utah is really simple, right? Get this bad taste out of your mouth, right? Get that loss out of your mouth the same way that you did against West Virginia and Arizona State. Beat the brakes off of whoever you're playing, right? Put your foot on their neck and don't let up. I'm sorry for that graphic. Hey, my football coaches all talk like that, right? But that's exactly how you do it. You go out there and you score. I'm talking 21 points a quarter type of scoring is how you get this bad taste out of your mouth. You did not play well last week, and it showed. You did not play well against Texas Tech, and it showed. How else do you do that? I go out there and I score a lot of points, and I put the joy back in football for myself.
As you see kind of some of the players who have to react to, they have to deal with the media asking them questions after the loss, but also how to move on.
I was one of those members. They got to talk to me after the game. It sucks.
I know. I love it. Scooby Davis, by the way, says, and this is a guy who I think wants to get back into the swing of things. I think he did not like the way – I mean, his number was called for the wrong reasons, I think, a couple of times last week. Here's what Scooby Davis had to say about seeing Colorado's offense and what they present and what they can do as a Utah defense.
There are some pretty good receivers all over, and how we're going to defend them, just do what we try to do every week. Limit them. They're going to make plays. We just got to make as much plays as them.
Okay, so obviously Kyle Whittingham doesn't love talking about injuries, like ever. But, they had to address a little bit about the idea that, we all saw that Devin Dampier was not Devin Dampier after he came off the field after getting hit in the third quarter. You watched him limp off. You watched him limping around the sideline. You watched him limp back out to the field again, and you knew he was limited. And then limited Devin Dampier this year has led to 2 Utah losses. Kyle Whittingham talking about how they split QB reps this week during these practices as Devin Dampier tries to nurse that injury a little bit.
Bird gets more reps early in the week as Devin kind of heals up from the game, and that's kind of been standard procedure for a lot of the weeks this year. As Devin gets back to normal, it's more front-end loaded for Bird and then more back-end loaded for Devin.
Now, what's interesting about that comment was, hey, we basically had to do this every week. That's what he said. I mean, and I was chatting with somebody from the Utah staff last week, and they were like, hey, Mondays and Tuesdays, he's barely been playing with the ones. They're just trying to get him right. He's in treatment. He's trying to figure some things out. So those bloody Tuesdays when they're working everybody else out, you're seeing Devin Dampier who's trying to get to 100%. And I don't know how much you put on just being like, hey, we have to sell out and get this guy into the game versus, hey, maybe Burt Ficklin becomes the guy that you start splitting reps with. What's the philosophy, JJ, do you think, on trying to make sure that you get the right guy in and not just try to push Devin Dampier if he's not 100% ready?
Well, I think what we saw against Texas Tech was a belief and a feeling that no matter what percentage Devin Dampier is at, whether it's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80% with his ankle, we've got to push him out there because he gives us our best chance to win. And that's what coaches are always going to do. They're going to evaluate the situation and say, all right, what gives us our best chance to win? Is Devin Dampier at 70% versus throwing in a freshman in that Texas Tech game or whichever game it is or this next coming game? Does that give us a best chance to win? Sly, I want you to jump in here because watching Burt Ficklin, I love what I see. And you can't afford to have another game where Devin Dampier is not 100% because if you just have Devin Dampier in the pocket as a pocket passer, that's not a recipe for winning. Even against a team like Colorado, I need a quarterback that's dual threat, that can run and pass and do what we want to do offensively and isn't hindered in any way. I feel like they've got to go with Burt Ficklin if Devin Dampier's not 100%. Do you think Burt is ready for that? Do you agree with that?
I do. The air that I get when I talk to Burt or have been around Burt is he's a very confident person. I mean,
for sure.
Even his statistics right now, I know he came in garbage time in his efforts this year, but he's 9 for 9 and a touchdown. Like, I think he thinks of himself highly. I know the team supports him. I mean, when this guy gets in the game, I see everybody stand up, right? Because even though it's garbage time, you're going to see him do some crazy things. And so that right there should tell you a lot about the kid. But, at the quarterback position, it's all about confidence. It's one, can you put the last play behind you? But I agree with you, JJ. You need to have a mobile quarterback. You got to have somebody outside the box and being able to threaten the defense with your legs. Having the defense have to worry about more than just drop back passing is a huge advantage to you on the offensive side of the ball. And if Devin Dampier, which you saw BYU kind of pin their ears back and get after him in that second half, if all he can do is stand in the pocket and not do much, it bodes well for your defense. And so having Bird Finklin in there, you saw that 17-yard run that should have been 7 yards at most. That he ripped off at BYU last week was absolutely incredible. But that just shows his personality, his skill set, what he's able to bring to the table. Now, can he rip that football? Can he get out of the pocket, force the defense to come up and bite the cheese and hit somebody on that second and third level? That's yet to be seen, and I think that he's capable, especially if the Utah coaches keep putting him in there like they have.
Well, the truth is Devin Dampier hasn't been able to hit that second or third level this season yet either. And so – what do they have to lose is my point.
What do they have to lose, right?
If Devin is not 100%, I don't think you can put Devin out there at less than that. And you've got to give Bird a try if he's 100%. Because let's say even if you had like just a pocket passer, a guy that just sits back there like Tom Brady and just throws darts all game, if that guy's 70%, he can't throw as effectively. You're not going to put him in the game. So it's no different in this situation either. They need a healthy quarterback out there that can make plays, period. And I think that this week might be the week where they got to say, okay, Bird's our healthy quarterback. We need to let Devin sit.
Dress Devin if you want him. I just don't play him.
Right.
If you need to throw him in there, you can throw him in there secondly. But, I agree with you. I think there's more important games than Colorado after this that you need a healthy quarterback for. We got Cincinnati coming in here. We got all these games down the road that these guys that you're going to need a healthy Devin. We've seen what this offense is like with a healthy Devin Dampier.
Yep.
Right? And what it isn't when he's not. It sucks.
Yeah.
And so get the guy healthy. I think this is a week where you can do it. As I said, I think if Devin's healthy enough to practice, dress him for the game, but don't play him. And he gets that rest, but he's there if you need him. But give the keys to Bird Finklin. You have team. What are you losing? Like, does the team have some kind of contract that they have to keep him up on? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, it's dumb.
I really like what you said, JJ. It's like,
Harvey.
when are you going to get to the second and third? When are you going to get to the second or third level? Devin Dampier, it's like, man, you can get to that second or third level and start feeding. Devin, he's the number one rusher on the team. He has 20 more carries than Wayshawn Parker, and he has 8 carries more than Rodgers. So this guy, if I have a defense, I'm like, hey, make the guy pass and let's just load the box. So if you get Bird in there and Bird starts hucking it to your 6'5" receiver Tobias or your 6'1" wide receiver Larry Simons and start passing, distributing the ball more across the field, maybe that can open Devin's eyes. Like, hey, we have a lot of weapons we can use on this team that we need to take advantage of, which could take Utah to that next level as they go against these bigger teams. Because right now, Devin Dampier, he's throwing to Ryan Davis, who's a catch-and-run guy, and then he throws to his 2 tight ends, Dallin and JJ.
After that, it's kind of like,
then after
who's
that,
showing up? Yeah.
Well, he's running.
Yep.
So, the recipe to beat Utah is like load the box. Let's see if we can get the ball out in time.
They're not putting any pressure on the back end of these defenses. There's no pressure on the back end of the defenses. It's making it real easy to defend Utah, especially in certain situations. They've got to open that up. That's the next thing. And that's an off-season debate we can talk about is how is Utah going to fix that? Because it doesn't look like they fixed it enough this offseason because it's a glaring weakness right now for this offense that's put up a lot of yards. But you talk about the second and third level, they're not putting that pressure on the back end of those defenses that they need to be able to be elite.
Let's take another break here. All right, more to go around the corner. Stay right here, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Nobody gets you ready for Utah football more than the KSL Sports Zone.
Ready.
The Utes get set for a battle against Coach Prime in the Buffalo. Your home for the best coverage of Utah football is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. You're locked on to JJ and Alex on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome back, JJ and Alex, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone. It's Football Friday. I cut off Harvey Langi from telling me some stats because I wanted you to spit them out on the air.
All right.
So, and by the way, this is a very like Greg Wrubell deep cut type of deal.
Yeah, this is guys. This is just looking at it in a deeper perspective.
But this is the kind of stuff that Chauncey Billups, I'll say, would be very excited about these types of numbers.
So BYU, they take pride in night away games. They love being they're like vampires. They love coming awake at night and doing their thing. Right now they're 10-1. 10-1 in night games past 4 p.m. if they're away night games. But if it's an away day game before 4 p.m., they're 5-2. Iowa State now, afternoon games before 4 p.m. that are home, they are 6-1. So maybe that's what Vegas is betting on. I don't know. Some cool stats.
Well, like I said, Chauncey Billups is making a quick phone call. Maybe see some stuff can happen there. But that's I always love those things, right, where you do the night game versus the day game. Fellas, let's get to our predictions here. A lot of us were wrong last week, although we said Utah State would win last week. They did. We said that, and then between the BYU and Utah side of things here, and I think JJ, you weren't with us making those predictions last week, right? Isn't that?
I had to skip out last week because I had to head out for senior night.
That's right. And so, but Sly, you and I were dead wrong because we both had like 3-ish point wins for Utah on their side of things, and then Harvey tried. Isn't that what it was? I said.
It's just flipped. I hate these stupid rivalry games.
Yeah. No, it was.
Dubs.
It was like exactly.
Sorry, man.
Dubs.
We got to take the dubs this week. I've only won one Holy War, guys, and I was playing for.
Let me just interrupt you.
I was going to say.
BYU.
Hey, you guys got those donuts down there. Eric Jones, head coach at Westfield, just hooked us up with the best churros in Utah. So just letting you guys know.
Personally delivered.
We're getting a little revenge
now
right
we know.
Now. Go ahead.
When
Sorry,
we're split up like this, it's a competition. You hear this, Alex?
I know. I hear it. No,
Sly's sending a photo right now.
Yeah.
It's the biggest churro I've ever seen in my life.
Tom just actually showed up with a plate of filet mignon for us.
Flip our thing to green. We have Rodizio. Rodizio Grill Brazilian guys just kept serving us some garlic, spicy chicken.
I got
quick.
that. Oh, yeah, picanha is fine. Sure. Yeah, I'll take some. So you guys got to deal with that. Listen, predictions real quick here. Let's go through Utah versus Colorado. I'll start off here. I think Utah, regardless of who quarterback is, I don't think you're going to see Colorado score more than 17 points in this game. I think you're going to see Utah get the win here. They're only going to need 27, which is what they're going to get, 27-17. Utes at home against Colorado. And I know that didn't sound like a lot, but I'm going to say that with the majority of the game being played by Bird Ficklin under center.
Wow.
I'm also going Utah. I got them by 10 points as well. I'm going to go 24-14.
Did you just see this dumb picture these freaking guys just sent to us? Okay?
Take it. I got
JJ eating churros, and then I've got a different message. I don't know who this is from. Don't recognize the number because
check the color complexion on the emoji. My phone filters out cuss words and cuss emojis, all right? I don't read those things, okay? I don't get the explicit stuff. Harvey, what do you have for Utah?
My phone's on airplane mode, so I didn't receive anything.
As it should be.
And that's more protecting my wallet so my wife can't contact me.
That's good.
Shout out to my bit. Okay. I am going to go – I have a feeling if Bird's in, he's going to just start slinging this sucker and get it to his big guys like Tobias. I'm going to go Utah 21. I'm going to go Colorado 17.
I think Tobias Merriweather was listed as doubtful in the most recent.
He got nicked up in that
report.
BYU game.
He got crushed.
Oh, he did get.
And that was a legal
of
hit.
Dirt.
I thought it was dirty at first, and then I watched the replay. I was like, "Oh yeah, that was a good hit."
No, what was illegal was the Barton hit. All right.
Oh, really? Was it? You should see Harvey's face for right here.
Hey, we got to take this dub as long. We got to celebrate. The team can't celebrate week long or year long. I'm going to celebrate all the way until we play again.
You can.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Score for Colorado, Utah.
Utah wins 21-17.
All right. A little closer than you thought.
21
And then
in the
Sly, here we
first
go.
Quarter.
Well, game.
I think Utah's going to beat the brakes off of Colorado, right? They got to travel. It's going to be at night. It's an alumni game. It's going to be black and red stadium. The vibe is going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah, the stripes.
People from Utah can actually go. I got Utah 48-17 in this one.
Whoa. Okay, I like it.
That's a big number.
Let's go.
Utah can
Let's
score
go.
those points, though. That's what's crazy. I got it.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Bronco
They're gonna play
Mendenhall.
pissed off.
Yeah. Bronco Mendenhall takes his trip down to New Mexico in the Battle of the Awkward down in Albuquerque as he goes back to the place that he said, I can't wait to turn this program around. He didn't mention how long he was going to take to turn it around. He only did the 1-year situation. Now he's at Utah State. Utah State and the Lobos of New Mexico. I'm going to go the Lobos feeling absolutely fired up, but still can't get it done. It's going to be a close one like they've been delivering the last few weeks. I'm going to go 31-28, Utah State down in Albuquerque.
I've got New Mexico winning this one, unfortunately. There's a lot more on their side that wants this. There's a lot more emotion. It's in Albuquerque. The fans have been showing up this year. Coach X got it going down there. New Mexico right now 4-3, 1-2. They're a good team. So I like New Mexico in this one, actually. I hate to say that. I'd love to see the Aggies win. But New Mexico is going to be fired up for this one. They're going to get it done 33-28.
All right. Harvey?
Bronco took all his coaches with him. Yeah, New Mexico's playing good ball. Bronco's going to take this one a little bit personal, even though he'll never say it.
Ever. Yeah, no.
I'm going to go Aggies 35, and I'm going to go Lobos 21.
Okay. Sly?
26-20 New Mexico.
Okay. That's a weird number, but I wouldn't expect anything different out of you. BYU versus Iowa State at Iowa State. You heard the numbers. Going a day game for BYU doesn't bode well normally. Sly, I'm going to make you start off the scoring first. BYU goes to Iowa State. What's your score?
I think it's going to be a tight game. I think BYU is going to come out with a surge just like they did the Arizona game, but get complacent at some point, and Rocco Becht and that team is going to start. I mean, watching the Iowa State games at home, they are tough at home. I know the statistics and that, but I think it's going to be a really tough matchup. I think BYU, they have what it takes at the end of football games. So I'm going to give them a 4-point win here, 31-27.
I've got this game going to overtime. This feels like the Arizona game to me, but I do have BYU pulling it out. This time their defense is going to get it done. 28-21 in overtime.
Nice.
Harvey, what do you got?
It's homecoming for
what does that even mean?
Iowa State.
Nobody knows.
So it's just a big game for them. They're going to be all juiced up.
The dance
There's not even a
night,
dance.
so
what are we talking
they're
about?
They're
You're
going to get excited about it. Yeah,
you're right. You know, us people in the 801, we take dances way too serious. You know, we take homecoming very serious.
All right.
I'm going to go BYU's going to keep it rolling. I'm going to go 35-28 BYU.
All right. I'm going to keep it less of a scorers. I'm going to go like an old school Iowa State, almost Iowa type game, not full on with the low scores, but I'm going to go BYU 17 and Iowa State 13 in a barn burner. There you go. All right. We'll take a break here. We will come back. Final segment of the day from the warehouse, and we'll get you ready around the corner also. So stay right here with us. More to go. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Wrapping up the hour with our picks for the best and worst moments on today's show. As JJ and Alex want to hear your best and worst of the day.
Final segment of the day. It is JJ and Alex. It's Football Friday. JJ and Sly going up and calling the game at Westfield High School between Viewmont and Westfield. And Harvey Langi and I with the final say here on the day. Oh, Harvey, throw that headset on. Yeah, jeez. Sorry. There you go. All right. Final time. We're going to get to Tom as well here. I did want to point out that as the final straw for our for one of our texts, Connor, to no longer be a Detroit Lions fan for life. They're not allowing Zyn pouches anymore inside of Ford Field at the for the Detroit Lions. So I'm sorry, can't do it anymore. Can't do it. And look, by the way, they said that to the NFL teams too. They're like, do not get caught on the sideline popping the Zyns on the sideline. You can't do that as a league. So you're going to start getting in trouble, Jim Harbaugh, if you start letting that upper decker fall out of the old lips up there. So
yeah, I think maybe it's Zen's numbers, or the pouch number. The companies for these pouches are probably, their numbers are booming.
Oh my!
Because you see Josh Allen pop one in the upper decky, and all of a sudden he's throwing 100 yards down the. It's like, gosh, if that's what he's doing, then I got to do that.
Gatorade's all, come on, man. You were supposed to just say that was Gatorade that gave you that boost.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Don't Gatorade on your head and act like you're sweating Gatorade out real quick.
By the way, this portion of the show brought to you by the incredible selection of Kia, Subaru, Chevy, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. The Doug Smith family of dealerships in American Fork, Spanish Fork, and in Linden. Go check them out today. Nobody knows cars like Doug. Harvey, we'll see you next week, brother.
Really appreciate it. Love the Football Fridays, y'all.
I do too, man. It's awesome. All right. We'll be back again around the corner, 97.5 EKSL Sports Zone.